Hi and welcome back! I've completed the blocking stage for this painting before and now it's time for some details. And the colors I'm using for this detail part are titanium white, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, cobalt blue, yellow ochre, Naples yellow, cadmium yellow, sap green and Venetian red. And as a brush, I'm using my liner brush from Daler & Rowney Synthetic Size 1. And in case you're wondering why the edges of my canvas are still blank white, this is a loose piece of canvas and those parts that are white aren't going to be painted on, they're just going to be behind the stretcher bars, so don't worry about it. For the highlights that are further away, I'm using a touch of burnt umber, yellow ochre, Naples yellow, a touch of cadmium yellow, and a touch of ultramarine blue to tone it down a little. And for the midtones of the greens that are further away, I've used a mixture of burnt umber, ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, a touch of cadmium yellow, and a touch of sap green. And as a general rule, the further away you are from the viewer, the less saturated your colors should be. And as I move forward, I am slowly and gradually increasing the saturation of my colors. And as I get to the mid-greens, I'm slowly starting to incorporate some Venetian red. Here, because of the camera's angle, it doesn't look like the mid-range, it's just looking like the front greens, but it's not. I will zoom out soon. By adding details like this, you're bringing the subject closer to the viewer. All of a sudden you realize that the subject has come forward and it looks bigger and closer than before. As you can see, I have started to incorporate a little bit more Venetian red and a little bit more cadmium yellow. I don't know if you realized, but I didn't go as dark or as light as I'm going right now with my blocking. Because if I did, then my details wouldn't show on top of that blocking layer. And for really fine detail, this liner brush is just perfect. I used to use a round brush that was a smaller size, but once I discovered this brush, I cannot go back anymore. And I must admit, this stage of the painting requires patience, a lot of patience. And with a tiny brush like this, it may seem hard, but at the end, it's worth it. Sadly, around this stage, my camera's battery died. I couldn't record the ending, but basically, I just continued doing the same brush strokes that I did for the rest of the painting, and I just increased the saturation of my colors for the foreground. If you like this video, you can subscribe below, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.